Hi. Hey guys. Thank you for joining. I can see a few of you have been in the waiting room. Thank you for coming in early. I was thinking just, well, first of all, let me know in the chat if you don't mind, if you can see me, if you can see the screen, if you can hear me. Just confirm that everything is okay. Say hi or let me know if everything is working correctly. And by the way, I perfect. Thank you so much, Omer. Um, I know that we're supposed to start right now, but I was thinking to give maybe a minute or two for other people to join. So while we're waiting, I guess you can let me know if you guys have some experience. Have you worked with brokerages before? Have you were you an affiliate, an IB? Did you have your own brokerage in the past, kind of, or did you just kind of consider starting your own brokerage, not sure where to start, which regions to target? Let me know, and let me just check the couple of things on my side as well. Mhm. Okay, looking good. Oh, nice. I see more people are joining. That's good to see. Um, and I don't know how familiar you are, with Quadcode. Have you heard of us before? Is this kind of your first introduction? Um, I guess you can see on screen. I think we can start with the introductions as people slowly join as well. Um, for us, we have been on the market, building brokerages for 12 years now, and we have built over 50 brokerages. I think at this point it's even closer to 60, but yeah, let's keep it conservative. And we are a huge organization with over 700 employees, and we have covered so far 169 countries. And that kind of gives us, we feel, pretty solid experience, kind of an idea of how the markets work and what's working best. So it's not that we're just running a brokerage in uh, one country or in one region. No, we're truly global. So we kind of have the evidence of what's working in which region because they are different. And you will see that, by the way, you will see that in the presentation. We have found like there are some discrepancies which are going to affect when you start to launch a brokerage, whether with us or alone. These decisions need to be made and you need to make them very carefully. Okay, I think we're good to go. It's been 3 minutes. So yeah, that's a little bit about us. Now, let's move on. Yeah, there it is, the next slide. So first of all, let's just really quickly cover the background question for all of this, which is the brokerage business dead in 2026? Soon to be 2027, I guess. um, our answer is definitely not. So we at Quadcode, we have been building businesses and we have been in this business on the other side, running a brokerage for a long time. And if anything, we're busier than ever. So the demand is real and the opportunity is real. And the brokerages that we've helped build, so over 50, again, closer to 60 at this point, they are a proof of that. Our clients typically see a return on investment within just 3 months, which I'm sure if you've started any business, that's kind of a dream come true, almost unheard of. And so today, rather than debating, whether it even makes sense, let's discuss on, where it makes sense, what's going to work best for you. Again, whether you do this with us or do it alone. So first of all, what what steps will you need to cover? What needs to happen for you to have a brokerage? Number one, you need to set up a platform and decide, how you want to design it. What do you want to include? What do you want to offer to your clients, to the traders themselves? Then you need to choose the markets. And again, the instruments that you're going to offer, this is going to heavily depend on the markets that you decide to target. You need to understand the regulations, and this is also going to be decided by the regions that you select. You need to form a legal entity, so the right structure for your region. You need to plan trader acquisition strategy. So how are you going to get clients on the platform? And more than that, once you get them on the platform, how are you going to incentivize them to start trading? You need to connect payment gateways so you can actually accept money. Again, this is going to heavily depend on the geography that you're targeting. And then you will need to integrate all of that software and set up your CRM. And then you're ready to launch, essentially. So, and this is, by the way, whether you go with us or you do this alone, that's the process is going to be pretty much the same. So what you've heard in this list earlier, I mentioned this is going to depend on geography. This is going to depend on geography. This is going to depend on the region. This is going to depend on the market. What all of that means is that it's really, truly, incredibly important where, what locale, what region you want to target. And what a lot of new brokers do is they just think that they need to target the region where they're from. So we need to spend a minute on that because we've done quite a bit of research on it, and the numbers show something different. So after screening worldwide markets, these 5 came out on top: Brazil, Indonesia, Colombia, Nigeria, and Philippines. All of these 5, they're excellent markets to target, and you will want to consider opening there. However, what the numbers 92, 88, 80, 76, 72, what this is telling you is the order. So if we're looking at the spread, Brazil at 92, Philippines at 72, that's a 20-point gap between the top and the bottom of the list. And this should point you to the priority. This is essentially a priority list. So if someone tells you, oh, just launch everywhere or just launch in your home country, this list points to why that actually doesn't work. And let's dive a bit deeper into specific reasons, and this is where it gets interesting. So the red here, this is the commercial opportunity, essentially how much money is on the table. And then gray is execution readiness, meaning how quickly can you actually stand a brokerage up in these regions. So Brazil and Indonesia, they're tight, 92 against 84 and 88 against 82. It's a small gap, meaning what's on the paper is close to what you can actually execute. And these need to be your step 1 markets. This is where you want to start, especially, again, when you're new to this. You want to go for what's tried and tested. You don't want to start with a difficult market first. You want to start where it's easier, and then you want to go where, there might be higher risk, but higher opportunity, essentially. Now, comparing Nigeria and Philippines. Nigeria scores higher on the opportunity, for sure. It's clear, 76 against 72 points. But this is on pure opportunity ranking. Nigeria would go first. However, when we're looking at readiness, it's 58 against 62. So Nigeria has the widest gap on this whole chart. We are looking at 18 points. In this gap, this is payments. And that's real profit. That's real profit that you might be missing out on if, let's say, you select Nigeria as your number 1 market. That's the issue. So Philippines, in this case, needs to go ahead of Nigeria. And even though Nigeria might have a bigger upside on the paper, this is not us being timid about it. We work there. We have open brokerages there. It's on the list. It's a good market that you want to target. However, as I said earlier, don't go to the hardest market first. First, learn your own operation. Start where it's easier. Oh, Joe can't see the screen. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I only now see. Can Can other people see the screen? Oh my goodness. I hope I haven't been talking and not showing you anything. Oh, okay. Oh, you can see. Sorry about that. I was looking at the numbers. I didn't even see the message. Sorry. Okay, good. You can see it. All right. So coming back to it, it's important to understand what's the difference between opportunity and execution. Next slide is going to show us how to then put all of this information together and how that is going to inform your next steps. Again, whether you're doing this with us or you're building a brokerage on your own, this is important information to have. This, again, you need to take this into consideration. So putting it all together, your step one or wave one needs to be or should be Brazil and Indonesia. That's where you can launch, prove your model, learn your funnel with the least amount of friction. That's where it's going to be the easiest. That's where that's where you can learn to walk before you run. Step number two, that should be Colombia and the Philippines. So now you're scaling demand and you're localizing more deeply. And then step number three, that's going to be Nigeria. You go in with tighter risk and compliance controls for sure, but then you've got two previous steps of operating history behind you. You've got experience and you've still got those people on your platform knowing how well it works. And hopefully, as you expand, as you grow, as your profits increase, you're able to offer more and more and more to them. So they're going to stay loyal customers as then you proceed further and you can offer more to even the Nigerian market, so then they have a larger incentive to actually execute on the opportunity that we discussed before. Now, you see underneath it the 5 drivers that define geo readiness. This is essentially what's going to decide if a market is ready for you. So it's going to be a regulation, payments, acquisition, local fit, and retention. And this is the line you should really, keep in mind when it comes to this whole point. Geo choice only works when it connects to KYC, PSPs, CRM, risks, reporting, apps, and retention. So choosing Brazil is not going to be a decision that you just, you spin the globe and put a finger somewhere and it lands on Brazil. No. This needs to be a decision whether your KYC providers cover Brazilian documents, whether your PSPs support PIX, the most popular PSP over there, whether your CRM speaks Portuguese, whether your support team and your risk team also, they are awake and they also speak Portuguese during their, in their time zone. All of this you need to take into consideration. So it's a big decision. So it's important to have all of the information in front of you, before even you start. Now, that's what I was mentioning just now. Here's a breakdown of what we do. And again, whether you decide to go with us or you want to build a brokerage on your own, you're going to need all of these. And you're going to need it contextually regarding the region where you want to operate. So for us, all of the brokerages that we build, we make sure that they're ready to work out, right out of the box. In any case, what you need a dealing team, you need risk management. They have to protect you from market risk, industry, and just bad actors who are trying to abuse the platform. Like these are unavoidable. You need a billing system. So Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, Google Pay, crypto, local payment methods. Most important of all, local payment methods. This is going to be such a huge headache. I know because it has been a headache for us. I know how many hoops we had to jump through to get recognized, to get approved in each country. So as you open in different markets, expect that. Unless you go with us, since we have had those headaches for you. Then what else? It's going to be analytics and reporting. this is not just a requirement, but you also need to understand what channels are working for you and what needs more attention. And then, especially when it comes to reporting for us, we, in addition to what we have built on our own, we also pay a lot for a Metabase integration. If you're familiar with Metabase, they're a behemoth in the industry, and they're a very powerful analytics tool for business insights. So, in any case, recommend them if you can afford them. Highly recommend them. Liquidity for us, we have liquidity providers and data feed providers already integrated. You're going to need cybersecurity, fraud protection, system security, your KYC and compliance reporting. I mean, this is just regulated in every single country. And then CRM is a huge one. You need a really good CRM that is deeply, deeply integrated with your platform. For us, because we know we have gone through the hell, and we know what it looks like when it's when it's a third party. You're going to spend months integrating, and then you're going to spend another year fixing all of the integration issues, and then still something may fall through the cracks. So for us, we have built our own in-house CRM that everything is covered right away. You don't need to worry about anything. And then, of course, all of this looks great unless you have trade. So you're also affiliate and omni-channel modules. These are essential for growing your trader base and then also managing retention. Because again, it's one thing to have people show up. It's a different thing to have them start trading and start putting their money where their mouth is. And then, this is just something that this is the makeup on top of everything. So this is what you can expect from our platforms, at least. So we provide more than 150 CFDs, more than 70 cryptocurrencies, and 24/7 support. And also we provide a web trading room, Android, iOS apps, progressive web app, and of course desktop. And then all of that can be fully customized. Oh my goodness, I just realized we changed this. Okay, so that can be fully custom. Not going back. Oh no. Did my screen freeze? Oh yeah, it did. Okay, perfect. So all of that is going to be fully customized. It's going to be fully branded. Your logo, your domain, all of that. Yeah, interface, logo, colors, trading tools. Again, trading tools, you'll want to adjust this for geo and also what you know your community, your niche. That needs to also kind of align. And then numbers. Looking at numbers, you can see our brokerages start at $17,000. And you will definitely just go Google it. You'll find people offering you a brokerage for $10,000 and even $5,000. However, what those people are not what they're providing, it's just going to be the make. Oh, you. Did I reconnect? I hope there's not an issue with connection. I hope that you guys can see me indeed. I just got the notification, and it is storming outside right now. Oh my goodness, that's a bit embarrassing. Okay, let's just pretend everything is okay. What these people are not telling you is then you're going to pay extra for a CRM, for the dealing desk, for the PSPs. I can tell you PSPs are also, I think I already mentioned, they're going to be a huge headache. You're going to need to get liquidity providers. They're also going to try to, skin you alive. You're going to need to figure out KYC and all of the infrastructure that, sits behind that I mentioned previously. So looking at that you need, you get it. It's working right outside the box. And for us, another big upside, it takes us 14 days, 2 weeks to launch this. And then what we've seen in our experience, it's a 3-month payback period, which is, again, if you've ever run a business before, that's a pretty good payback period. Yes, this is what I was mentioning. So you can see for us, it's going to be 17,000 competitors. You're going to hear them 5, 10,000, and then you're going to end up overpaying, like from $5 for every million traded. Then you're going to get 2,000 per month for the CRM, and these are conservative numbers. This is not just us, pretending, oh, our competitors are worse. No, genuinely, this is what you're going to hear. It's going to be starting at $1,000 for PSPs. I promise you, it's going to be way more. Liquidity, set up minimum 3,000. All these numbers, they're not coming out of thin air. They're coming out of our experience. In the end, it's going to cost you way more than it is if you just take it as a whole. Moving on. This is just a few quotes from the traders who are on the platforms that we have built, or the happy customers of the happy customers. And then here, you can essentially see what we're trying to do at the end. Your success is going to be our success. We want you to be as profitable as humanly possible, ideally from day one. So what do we do to help you with that? We provide the full brokerage launch checklist, and our team will go with you through it all to make sure that everything is especially useful if you've got an IB or affiliate background. You will know exactly what this looks like, what this means. Business plans and blog resources, and then we also have a whole team who will be dedicated, an entire team of account managers who are going to be at your beck and call, making sure, again, that your platform works exactly as you want it to work and that it is profitable. We're here to give you advice. We're here to support you every step of the way. For us, it's not just, oh, here's a platform, you figure it out. It's a long-term partnership. And these are just some of the next steps that you can take. Essentially, what I would like to do is invite you to a demo. Come, I'll explain exactly. I'll show you. Oh my goodness, streaming connection lost again. Is it? I hope I'm back online. Terrible luck. So I'm inviting you to a one-on-one demo. I will sit down with you. I would like to hear more about your experience, hear more about what you want to achieve, exactly what kind of a brokerage you want to build, help you understand, what we might be able to do, what path will probably be the best for you to take. At that point, if you do decide to go with us, we're going to customize your platform fully. So again, the whole team asking you, hey, what do you want to do about this? And you just say, hey, I want to do that. I want to do this. When it's ready, you just sign the contract, the platform goes live. And at that point, the only thing that you need to worry about is getting trader connection loss again. Jesus. We're going to help you when it comes to the strategies. What do you need? Should you create tourneys? Do you need live chats? Should you have challenges, which of course you should, and then we're going to recommend what works best for your region. So if you would like to chat with us, this is my personal WhatsApp. You can just scan the code, message me, let me know, whatever date, time works for you. We'll arrange something. We will book a demo. Again, just an informal conversation. See what you would like to achieve and see if we can help. By the way, I forgot to mention this. I should have mentioned it earlier on. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to drop them in the chat or message me on WhatsApp, whichever works best. More than happy to answer anything, show you, give you access to the demo, whatever that may be. And yeah, oh, perfect. Yes, I see some of you are already messaging me. Yes, we'll connect. I think the webinar is coming to a close. Technically, it's supposed to go on for 6 more minutes. If there are no questions, I think we can even end a bit earlier, give you some time back. But if you do have any questions, I'll hang around for a couple more minutes. Feel free to send anything in the chat. Oh yeah, and one more thing, because we are international, we have, as I mentioned, an international team. If you don't speak English, well, I don't know if you would understand me, but if you don't speak English, or a friend of yours who wants to start a brokerage doesn't speak English, feel free to still reach out. Again, we have a lot of translators, a huge team. We can find a way to communicate. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Uh, Reach out to us, reach out to me. Feel free to let me know, whenever you would like to start, whatever questions you may have, and so on. Thank you so much for spending the time with me, and yeah, hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.